you are all very welcome to Bringing Home the Christmas, an evening of traditional music, song, dance and storytelling from Herlihy's Farranfore. I was born here, as was my mother Maura and her sister Gaby. In fact, the very walls here resonate with happy laughter, music, song down through the years, an ambience which we will recreate this evening. All proceeds from this event will go to Pieta House Tralee. Pieta House provides counselling for people with suicidal thoughts and those engaging in self-harm. It also provides bereavement counselling for families and individuals affected by suicide. All the performers this evening, our technical person Robert Maguire and I, Marie O'Sullivan, would like to dedicate this event to all those who have died, have been ill or have suffered in any way during the current pandemic.
I'm going to play Nelly's polka for you now.
We'll do Chase with Charlie and the Dingle Regatta, 2 slides. Where you go, We're now going to sing Hard Times. Let us pause in life's pleasures and count its many tears, while we all have sorrow at the door. There's a voice that will linger forever in our ears. Oh, hard times will come again no more. It's a song, a sigh of the weary. Hard times will come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times will come again no more. While we seek mirth and beauty and music bright and gay, there are frail forms fading at the door. Though their voices are silent, their pleading looks will say, oh, hard times will come again no more. This song is sigh of the weary. Hard times will come again no more. Many days you have lingered around our cabin door. Oh, hard times will come again no more. There's a pale, silent maiden who tiles her life away with a warm heart whose better days are o'er. Though her voice may be merry as she sighs all the day, oh, hard times will come again no more. The song is sigh of the weary. Hard times will come again no more. Many days you have lingered around my cabin door. Oh, hard times will come again no more. Thank you.
Hello and a happy Christmas to you all. My name is Ray O'Sullivan. I'm a Seanchaí storyteller from Killarney, and I come from a long line of storytellers. No long line of storytellers in Killarney is also called the Dole Queue, and I'd be fairly well up that queue. And the story I'm going to tell you tonight, wherever you're tuning in, is a story of a relation of my own actually. My grandfather's brother, my granduncle. A man that was born and reared beside the same house that I was, and could hardly read nor write. He was poorly educated. And yet this man accidentally wrote part of the Oxford English Dictionary in 1938 by mistake, and I'll tell you how it happened. As I said, he was born in the same house as myself and went to the local school, a small little school, God help us, tough times, 2 rooms and a partition down the middle. The poor devil Dan Tate, he was held back 3 times in the 2nd class. Some said that he was anti-partition. He never made it. He never opened the second book. He left school when he was 11 years of age because of the times. And before his 17th birthday, could you imagine, he found himself living in London, working as a navvy, laying new motorways, things like that. And he soon got the name in London of being very smart amongst the Irish community and very cute. And that is how he got the nickname Denny the Cute. This is in a time now when cute meant smart and intelligent, not like the of the cute that's going now, if you follow me. There's much point in me trying to do the cute free. And people would travel amongst the Irish community from all over London to hear this man, Dan Tadgh Currow, uneducated really, but to hear him speak on things, he could seem to sort out problems. Denny the Cute, fierce kind of a smart man. And at one time when they were working in West London, digging up trenches in a road to deny the English, there was professors passing in and out where they were, and they were scratching their heads like this, you see, and someone said, what was their problem? And they said they were writing an updated version of the Oxford English Dictionary, if you could imagine it, and they were short of a description for 2 words. You must have a different description for every single word in the dictionary. And the words they were short for was the difference in the explanation between the word complete and the word finished. That if a job was complete, you must describe it one way, or if a job was finished, you must describe it another way. And they were scratching their heads, and the Irish lads say, go down and ask Denny the Cute, he'll surely know it. And they did, I suppose. Looking back from 2020 to humour themselves, they did. They went and they asked my granduncle, an uneducated man, came under poor circumstances, what was the difference between the word complete and the word finished? Oh, he said, there's no bother at all. He was a romantic, like myself. He said, there's no bother at all. He leant on the shovel and he said, complete. He said, if you marry the right woman, you are complete. Isn't that nice? But he said, if you marry the wrong woman, you're finished. And he said, if you marry the right woman and she catches you with the wrong woman, you're completely finished. And whatever sort of woman you marry, if you take her up to Cork shopping, you're finished, completely finished. Now, when I travel around telling my stories, and I tell that yarn in Herlihy, Farranfore, or any different place around the countryside, people will come to me afterwards looking for advice from me because of my association with my granduncle, you see. And they'd be looking, girls, how to find husbands and fellas, knowing how to deal with their wives or girlfriends. And I always say to the girls, and I'll give you this free bit of advice tonight for the Christmas girls, when we will get back out in 2021, and we will. And you're looking for husbands, girls, get a man with earrings. Because the man with earrings have 2 clear advantages over the man with no earrings. He has already experienced pain and bought jewellery. And for the lads listening, when a woman says to you, sorry? That doesn't mean she didn't hear you, no. It means that she's giving you one last chance to change your mind. And my advice is, take it. Happy Christmas to you.
Here's just some two-step waltzes.
The city streets are darker now as night is falling in. Outside I see the glint of London rain. My thoughts go back to childhood. I long to see once more the green hillsides of my country once again. Tonight I dream of homeland, but now it's far away. Ere tomorrow I'll take up my heavy load. I think of all my boyhood friends and the games we used to play when we made laughter a ring round the old Dromulton road. From Ballygree to old Keel, from Currans up to Glown, every blade of grass that grows is dear to me. From Farranfore and Rossanine I'd like to wander down to where the brown flesk takes its water to the sea, to hear the collie calling from the lonely wild goose bough, watch the maiden and the lover as they strode in the evening by the moonlight, as they walk side by side, ever softly down the old Dromulton road. I'd like to hear the cuckoo call today come from Dromore, see the dark green leaves of Dick's Grove after rain, watch the hare and rabbits tripping gently through the morning dew, see our village ever silent in the plain, pick the wild flowers that we gathered in the meadows of the spring, that quickly followed winter when it snowed, and when the call to arms did come, strong men came hurrying down, and they drilled along the old Dromulton road. And I'll remember you, my love, when we walked side by side, till the sun came out and stole the stars of dawn. And I'll remember tenderly those places where we met, the Metal Bridge, Dick's Grove Cross, and Lisheen Bon. But then the Master called you in the springtime of our love. He took your smiling face to his abode. The angels in the evening did their errand, and they took you home. And there was sadness round the old Dromulton road. I'd like to see you again, the morning mist creep o'er Sleeve Mish, and in time watch the autumn leaves turn gold. To be back in my younger days, it's always been my wish. Though the heart stays young, the body must grow old. The years are rolling on now, and the night is falling in. Soon I will lay down my heavy load. I'll ask my God to let me have my last long sleep in peace, beneath the hawthorn down the old Dromulton road.
Okay, we'll do the Tennessee Waltz. I was waltzing with my darling to the Tennessee Waltz, when an old friend I happened to see introduced him to my loved one, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my sweetheart from me. I remember the night and the Tennessee Waltz. Oh, I Black Beauty from Tennessee was.
Thanks, Mary, and Merry Christmas, everyone.
Now we'll do a selection of polkas.
Hello, hope you're all keeping well. Mícheál O'Shea here. I'm happy to be part of the Rambling House. I'm here in Mexico at the moment, enjoying the lovely weather and the sunshine. Hopefully I'll be back to Ireland very soon. But until then, I'll play a few tunes on the tin whistle. I have the tin whistle with me. I'll play 2 jigs. The first one is called The Maid on the Green, and then I'll go into the Bank of Turf. I think Mary Bergen plays these 2 tunes. Okay. Thank you. All the best. Take care.
As I said, I grew up here in the pub, as did my mother Maura. My father Pat, however, grew up during the 1930s and 40s in a farm about a half a mile from the village. This was the end of the era of long twilight nights in rural Ireland, lit only by the turf fire, the candlelight and the tilly lamp, when people rambled into each other's houses for entertainment in the evening. Christmas was the high point of the year and was looked forward to by young and old alike. Much cleaning and decorating was done in the run-up to Christmas, and in the case of farm families, this cleaning and whitewashing extended to the farmyard. Then eventually came Christmas Eve, when the adults in the family went to the nearby town, Castleisland in my father's case, to bring home the Christmas. The Christmas consisted of commodities never normally found in the house, minerals for the children, alcoholic beverages for the adults, and various sweet goods such as sweets, barnbrack, etc. When the adults arrived home, the head Christmas candle, Queenan and Nulloch, would be lit, and this was normally lit by the youngest child in the family and placed on the window to guide Mary and Joseph on their journey. After the lighting of the candle, supper would be had, the rosary would be recited, and then the neighbours would ramble in for an evening of storytelling, song and music. The family then would go to bed, but not before the children had hung up the Christmas stockings over the fireplace of the open fire in the kitchen. And when I say Christmas stockings, in those days they were normally hand-knitted woolen socks. On the following morning, the family would get up, and fasting, they would walk 2 miles to the nearest church, which was Firies, for Christmas morning mass. On returning home, there would be the Christmas dinner, which in those days was normally goose, and that really marked the end, I suppose, of Christmas in those days, with the exception of course, the Ran on Stephen's Day.
Now catch the match, good boy. Look.
Hello, my name is Kirril and Healy, and this is my brother Michael. We are from Kilcummin. We will play 2 jigs. First one is Currans for cakes and raisins for everything, into The Cat in the Corner. And I would like to thank Mary for inviting us to play. 1, 2, 3, go.
Seanchaí Ray O'Sullivan, and do you want to hear some jokes?
Yeah!
Okay, so what's a cow's favourite holiday?
I don't know.
Moo Then, what do monkeys sing on Christmas Eve?
I don't know.
Jungle bells, jungle bells. Ba-ba-ba. Now, what's the best present to get for Christmas?
I don't know.
A broken drum, you can't beat it. Ba-ba-ba. Wait, there's no drum gone. Oh yeah, I said the drum jug. Oh, and do you want to know what I want for Christmas?
Yeah.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. I don't want a doll, no dinky tinker toy. I want a hippopotamus to play with and enjoy. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. I don't think Santa Claus will mind you. He won't have to use our dirty chimney flue. Just bring him through the door, that's the easy thing to do. I can see me now on Christmas morning, creeping down the stairs. And oh, what joy to my surprise when I open up my eyes to see a hippo hero standing there. Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a good night.
Hey guys, this is Impossible by James Arthur. I remember years ago, someone told me I should take caution when it comes to love. I did. But you were strong and I was not. My illusion, my mistake. I was careless, I forgot I did. And now, when all is done and there's nothing to say, and you have gone so effortlessly, you can go ahead, tell them all I know now. Shout it from the rooftops, write it from the skyline. All we had is gone now. Tell them I was happy and my heart is broken. All my scars were open. Tell them what I hoped would be impossible. 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 Falling out of love is hard. Falling for betrayal is worse. Broken trust and broken hearts. I know. And thinking all you need is dead. Building faith on love and words. Empty promises, I swear. I know, but oh, when all is done and there's nothing to say, and you've gone so endlessly, you can go ahead, tell them all I know now. Shout it from the rooftops, write it from the skyline. All we had is gone now. Tell them I was happy and my heart is broken. All my scars are open. Tell them what I hoped would be impossible. 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 I remember years ago, someone told me I should take caution when it comes to love. I did. Tell them all I know now. Shout it from the rooftops, write it from the skyline. All we had is gone now. Tell them I was happy and my heart is broken. Oh, I hoped would be impossible. 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 Impossible.
genius of the druid, when the sunlight floods the truth, and I'm never going back there, and I couldn't anyway. Though I made the great escape, I never got away. Come running home again, Katie. Come running home again. I cross my heart and hope to die. Shall I pause another tear from your eye, Katie? Thanks, Mary, and Merry Christmas.
It snowed that night. There were these two poets, and they used to go every year to the winter fair in Kinmare to buy 2 cows for the tub. And when the deal was done, they'd tie the cows to the lamppost, and they'd go into the pub where they'd spend the day and portion of the night arguing, insulting people they didn't like, and exchanging verses. When they'd come out, by and by they wouldn't be cold. Sure, the 2 cows would be perished. And when they'd rip the ropes off their horns, the cows would gallop off to get the blood back into circulation. Now it so happened this year that the poets brought 2 black cows, and when they got outside the light of the town, the night was so dark and the cows so black the 2 poets couldn't see a splink. And there they were with 2 ashpans, and they're running up and down and heading over and in gaps and out gates after the cows. And of course they could see no sign of them, and they could only go by the sound. So when they heard anything, they'd draw with the ashpans, and they were hitting one another as often as not. They spent the night on the road up Bohreens and into fields, and when it brightened in the morning, they were driving these 2 animals before them. Not their own, I'm afraid. 2 Rockney bullocks from the Roughey Valley. By the time they had the bullocks restored to their rightful owners, by the time they'd gone round to all the schools and made public the fact that the cows had strayed, and by the time they'd found the cows, they swore they would never again get into such a mix-up of an adventure if they could at all avoid it. Time wore on, and the winter fair came round again the following year in Kinmare, and the neighbours were surprised to see the 2 same poets in the same public house late at night, and they were mock galore. It's none of our business, the neighbours remarked among themselves, remembering the fools the poets made of themselves in the dark the year before. Yara, let 'em at it. Drink or no drink, you couldn't be ikey enough for poets. They got an inkling they were being talked about, so one of them got up and sang. We don't give a traneen about darkness, be it blacker than nature allows. We're prepared for it this time, my buckos. We've purchased 2 handsome white cows. It snowed that night.
Your daddy's son from ragtime.
Daddy played piano, played it very well. Music from those hands could catch you like a spell. He could make you love him before the tune was done. You have your daddy's hands. You are your daddy's son. Daddy never knew that you were on your way. He had other ladies and other tunes to play. When he up and left me, I just up and ran, only thing in my head. You are your daddy's son. Couldn't hear no music, couldn't see no light. Mama, she was frightened, raising from the fright. Tears without no comfort, raising without no sound. Only darkness and pain, the anger, the pain, the blood and the pain. I buried my heart in the ground, in the ground. When I buried you in the ground. Daddy played piano, Daddy's playing still. Mama can't forget him, don't suppose I will. God wants no excuses, I have only one. You have your daddy's hands. Forgive me. You are your daddy's son.
We're going to play a set of reels now. First one is called John Egan's and the second one is The Ships Are Sailing, and I hope you enjoy.
Thank you. This is The Frost is All Over Jig.
It was a great evening of music and singing and dancing and storytelling, such lovely stuff. We're very lucky in Kerry to have such great talent and people to give it for a night like this, and to wish you all a happy Christmas. And if there's one thing that men love, they go mad for it, they can't get enough of it. Women like it as well, but men go mad for it, especially out in the night. And it's not that thing that some of you are thinking about now. No, the thing that women like, but men go mad and wild for, is of course gossip. You have it. And I'm going to give you a lovely juicy bit of gossip now, and I hope that won't go beyond the four walls. And I know well that anything that's on the internet sure is very safe. Everything that's on the internet is 100% true, so you can take this as true. Bríd was playing the music there, and myself had a show one time, and I used to tell the stories and she used to play the tunes and sing the songs and things like that. And one evening we were in a very famous place in the very crossroads of Kerry in Farranfore called Herlihy, and underneath the beautiful ceilings that she had there. And I was telling my few stories, and Bríd was singing her songs, and there was an American group in. And one of them, now I won't say where she was from, but if there is anyone from New York, hello. And this lady, and she felt very Irish. Her great granddaddy had left Ireland, and now she'd had about 2 glasses of Guinness, so she was feeling very Irish. And she was demanding, the young ones now would call her a cadden or a shadden, and she was demanding to sing the song. Hey guys, the band, can you sing the song about the lady with the hairy tongue? And I didn't know at first, and I said to Bríd, do you know the song about the lady with the hairy tongue? And she didn't. Even Bríd didn't know it, and that's saying something. So we quenched her off as best we could anyway. The second half of the show came, and here she was again. Hey guys, can you not sing the song about the lady with the hairy tongue? And there was no stopping this lady. So I said, we will. I said, perhaps if you sing it, I said, that was cute enough. If you sing it, I said, we'll join in with you. And she did. She sang the song about the lady with the hairy tongue. With her hairy tongue over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. That was the night. I was helping Bríd at the end of the night put the stuff in the car, and she came out and she'd had about 5 glasses of Guinness at this stage, the little American lady. And she said, oh, you guys are fantastic. She said, fantastic band. What's the name of your band? Band, you know. And I saw a thing. Do you know the way sometimes you see a thing and you know you shouldn't, but you can't help yourself? It happened to me below the crossroads in Farranfore. I saw the sign and I said, oh, ma'am, we're called the Wild Atlantic Way. Oh gosh, she said, you guys are real famous, she said. I've seen signs of you all over the western half of your country, she said. Now folks, I want to wish you all a very peaceful and a holy and a happy Christmas. And please God, in the new year we'll all be together again for a real Rambling House. As good as the virtual Rambling House is, we'll be together for a real Rambling House in 2021. Mind yourselves, good night and God bless.
Okay, we'll do Shoot the Donkey and St. Patrick's Day.
When You Say Nothing at All by Ronan Keating. It's amazing how you can speak right to my heart. Without saying
we do 2 jigs now, the Kesh jig and the
Miller of Glenmire.
Miller of Glenmire.
Hi, I'm going to play In Is Here For You now.
Fairy Dance by Edvard Grieg.
Well, we hope that you're enjoying the evening so far and all the marvellous talent there is around this area. And I'd like to pay tribute to those who put the evening together, to Marie and to Rob, the technical man, and all those who worked hard to make the evening happen. And when we were doing this, putting together this evening, this virtual rambling house from Herlihy to Farranfore, I got a few requests for the following poem. It is an unusual one for me, but I'd like to honour, of course, those requests. And I'd like, if I may, to dedicate it to the memory of my old brother Sean. Rest in peace, Sean. And this is called The Homecoming. In an Irish pub in London, Moriarty drank his beer and recited wondrous stories of exploits far and near. Now sing an Irish song, said Kelly, the best of order one and all. Moriarty sang for them, the hills of Donegal. Well, there was cheering at the finish and they called, encore, encore. But Moriarty told them, lads, I can't sing any more. He stood there, sad and silent, gazing down into his beer. In his eye there was a glistening, just the starting of a tear. Are you going home for Christmas, Pat? The friendly barmaid said, but Moriarty fixed his gaze on Harry. He sadly shook his head. Sure, I haven't been to Ireland now for 20 years or more. My mother would hardly know me if I walked up to the door. I was born, said Moriarty, on a little island in the west. It was the last place God created, but the first place that He blessed. We were poor, but we were happy in our simple little way. Oh God, I wish I was a lad again, whistling there today. My father, God be good to him, was drowned one woeful night, and my mother was left all alone with me to work and fight. So with Jimmy and Maura McCarthy and Donald Roe O'Shea, I came across to England to earn an honest pay. I promised my poor mother I'd soon be home again. But the curse of drink, it came over me and enslaved me in its chains. I haven't seen my mother now for 20 years or more, but I know she's beyond there waiting for my footsteps to the door. Then someone started singing, "See amidst the winter snow." It was like an old bell ringing, far away and long ago. As Moriarty listened, he pushed his glass away and he made a solemn promise. I'll be home for Christmas Day. Well, he scraped up every penny that he could get into his hand, and coming up to Christmas, he set sail for Ireland. His heart was singing softly, and he felt content and blessed as the train rolled through the Midlands as it carried him to the west. In the village of Kilcummin that night, upon the shore across the dark water, Moriarty saw his island home once more. His heart was softly singing. "'Tis a grand night for the crossing," said the boatman Thomas Bond. Moriarty didn't know him now. 'Tis a lifetime that he's gone. But as they climbed down into the Bardeen, the boatman heard him say, "Glory, glory to God in heaven. I'll be home for Christmas Day." In a lodgings house in London, Moriarty's poor abode, on a table in the hallway, a message lay, unopened and unread. The message said, "This morning, your poor mother passed away. She'll be buried in the churchyard in Kilcummin after Mass on Christmas Day." It's most of the time of the year to think of those that lost their lives this year. A tough year for a lot of people. This evening is for Pieta House. If you could contribute, to be marvellous. But remember all the people who were this Christmas, I suppose, without loved ones that we had last Christmas. I'm sorry for bringing down the mood. And now back to something more upbeat and exciting.
The Yellow Tinker and John Wires.
Humphrey Murphy, who was the commandant of the area, was attacking Farranfore. And they were doing a pincer movement attacking from both sides. But the road here over towards Currow was one of the points of attack. And they sent 2 scouts ahead. And the 2 scouts went ahead, saw a government soldier on the bridge just out here, and reported back to Humphrey and said, there's a fella on the bridge ahead. The scout was told by Humphrey, we have to clear the way, you must get that man off the bridge, go up there and shoot at him. And the 2 boys, one 18, the other 16, were starting to argue with their commandant and explain why they didn't want to do it. But the commandant turned around and said, I don't care, we must attack Farranfore, we must take the railway junction, it's the most important junction in Kerry. So the boys reluctantly went up to the bridge. And when they arrived at the bridge, as they said in the Munster Express in 1949 in the article that was written about the attack, when they got to the bridge, they were absolutely delighted that your man was gone, because now they didn't have to shoot him. So they walked by the gable of the pub, not being great soldiers now, they stood in the middle of the road, looked up and down the village, but didn't spot the soldier across the way in the house across the road, sitting back in the recess of the road, or recess of the doorway. And your man, the soldier, ran for the railway junction where all the government soldiers were, and the 2 boys got such a fright they started shooting after him, forgetting that they were so sorry that they had to come up and shoot him in the first place. They shot wildly, missed him completely, but of course signalled that the attack had started, and the machine guns opened up from the barracks below, and all hell broke loose, and the whole of Farranfore was riddled with bullets. The boys, knowing that discretion is the better part of valour, beat a retreat. That was Seanchaí Daly, my grandfather. And can I just say, in conclusion, that tonight when we head out of the town, we won't leave it riddled with bullets.
Did your man die?
Not the way Seanchaí Daly was shooting, he was never going to die.
This is a reel called Reconciliation.
I said I'd get dressed up for you to make it a bit more festive. I hope very much that you're enjoying our show this evening. And this time of the year, you'll be thinking about the Christmas traditions that we'll have again next year and looking forward to them. And one of my favourite Christmas traditions is a big event that happens in the weeks in the build-up to Christmas. It is, of course, the senior infants nativity play in the local school. And there's a golden rule with 6-year-old children putting on a play, and the golden rule is, if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. And this Declan O'Brien poem tells of a Christmas play put on in the local school, and the poor teacher, at his most stressful day of his or her life, is putting on this play in front of all the parents. Of all the things we do at Christmas in preparation for the day, one of my favourites has to be the senior infants' nativity play. All the mums and dads pile in to see their tiny tots making their acting debuts with their tummies tied in knots. Eventually, the lights go down and the audience slowly quieten. There's a lengthy silence first of all, followed by the sound of fighting. Backstage, one of the wise men has kicked the shepherd, who hid his frankincense. And the wise man says to the shepherd, "Hey, Keel, you are past tense." The teacher grabs the pair of them and starts to say, "Now look!" When a little girl comes running over to say, "Miss, the curtain's stuck." Miss rushes over to the curtain as fast as she can get, and she gives the rope a mighty tug, and then it pulls down the set. Eventually, the play gets underway as the narrator takes his place, and as he walks out on stage, he gets mocked by all his mates. He reads his lines very quickly, and the teacher says, "Read it slow." And every sentence he begins with, "And so." And so, Joseph and Mary get to Bethlehem, having walked all night and day. They knock upon the door of the inn, hoping that they can stay. The innkeeper is the tallest child in senior infants by far. And as luck would have it, his dad is a bouncer in a late-night chalet bar. So he adds in bits to the script himself, to make himself sound bad. Little bits he had picked up from listening to his dad. Things like, "Are these regulars? Is this a stag? I'm going to have to see some ID. You haven't a hope of getting in there. Sure, this is Christmas week. But we are desperate," ad-libs Joseph. "My wife is giving birth. She's going to have a baby, the saviour of the earth." He said, "I thought I heard them all before. Well, that's a good one, I have to say. Go on. There's a little stable around the back. I won't even charge you for the hay." "And so," says the narrator, "in the stable there is joy. And so, the Virgin Mary gives birth to a baby boy." But there's consternation in the stable. And the Virgin Mary freezes. And slowly she begins to sob. "I can't find the baby Jesus." There's consternation on the sidelines as they try to rectify the matter. And the poor teacher is on the point of leaving now and going on the batter. She searches high and low for this missing doll, screaming, "How can someone lose him?" But all she can find is a little doll of Postman Pat. No choice. She'll have to use him. She wraps Postman Pat in a towel as quick as she is able, and she gives him to a little angel to smuggle him to the stable. Meanwhile, the three wise men appear on stage, wearing tea towels on their heads. It's very obvious they're tea towels. Because one of the tea towels says, "A souvenir of your time in Kerry." They give the presents one by one to the babe on Mary's lap, and each of them are wondering, why is it wearing a postman's cap? Then the angels appear on stage and they do a little dance, and one of the shepherds, who is Mr. Herschel's, does a piddle in his pants. And so, says the narrator, with obvious delight, that is the end of our story about that silent night. And all the cast join together for a closing Christmas song. And the mums and dads in the audience, they proudly sing along. They gather round the teacher to congratulate her, and her left eye has now begun to twitch. And they praise her for how the whole night went off without the slightest hitch. Thank you very, very much indeed. I hope that you enjoyed your night with us here in Herlihy's Farranfore. If you did enjoy it, please do contribute, if you can, of course, if you're in a position to do so, to Pieta House. It's a thing that we very much appreciate. If you enjoyed the night, look, if you could give what you'd pay for a ticket to go into a place, or give anything at all, we'd be very, very grateful. Ihawa, Slánanish, Happy Christmas to you all.
For those of you who have not been with us since the beginning this evening's Rambling House Bringing Home the Christmas, an evening of song, music, dance and storytelling from Herlihy's Farranfore, is a fundraiser for Pieta House Tralee. Pieta House offers counselling for those with suicidal thoughts and those engaged in self-harm. It also offers bereavement counselling for families and individuals affected by suicide. I would like to thank all our performers this evening, our technical expert Robert Maguire, for their contribution to this evening's Rambling House. We would all like to dedicate this Rambling House to all those who have died during the pandemic, who have been ill during the pandemic, and who have been affected in any way by the pandemic. I would like to wish you all a very happy Christmas and a peaceful New Year wherever you are. Agus go merimid bio ag an amseo arish. Now, on a very seasonal note, Bríd is going to conclude this evening's Rambling House with a beautiful rendition of Silent Night.